Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college hoops. Headed to the ACC where Duke takes on Virginia Tech. It's National Championship Week in college football, and we've got a special code for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The code is CHAMP. The Hokies are favored -1.5. The total is 141. Duke 5-2 on the year, but 1-6 against the number. One of the best fades in college basketball right now. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech is 9-2 and 7-4 against the number. However, it should be noted this is the first time that Duke is an underdog this season. So I'm wondering how they play as an underdog as opposed to a favorite, because as a favorite, they have not been good. Craig Trapp joining us now to break this one down. Craig, what stands out to you?
If you just take as they say, the name of the front of the jersey and the color, and you don't know who you're doing, you just look at the stats. This is not a number 23 team in the country as Duke. They're just not nearly as good as what people thought they were going to be this year. Maybe, that takes time. And we saw it even at Michigan State this year that Michigan State took a little while to get going, and then they've had some nice wins since then. So, maybe that happens because they do have some nice, talented young players, of course. But Virginia Tech is just clearly the better team. I mean, every stat they pretty much own. I think Virginia Tech should actually be a little higher favorite in this one. I was thinking Virginia Tech 3.5 in this one, and I still would take Virginia Tech because we've seen, like you said, Chelsea, terrible against the number, 1-6 against the spread, and a lot of those have been at home. Nevertheless, the Duke has struggled so mightily. They're just 1-0 on the road, both straight up and against the spread. So that was their one cover, was on the road. But to me, Virginia Tech always has been really tough against Duke, going even back when Coach Buzz Williams was here. So, Chelsea, I don't know about you, but to me, this just says Duke is great at, the color of their jersey and Coach K and company. And it's just like Grant Hill isn't on this team. Coach Leitner's not on this team. Coach K is still here, but Virginia Tech's just better team. And I think Virginia Tech covers here.
Right. I think you have to be very wary of that when it comes to college basketball, betting on some of these blue blood teams like Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, especially in years that they're not nearly as strong as they normally have been, just because I think that's kind of baked into the number, not in your favor if you're taking Duke. So always something to be aware of. Any leanings on a total at 141?
Usually I would be thinking Duke. All these young teams they've had in the last 4 or 5 seasons, they've played a little higher tempo than, Duke teams have passed that were known for the defense and Coach K and their great team defense. But it's not that way anymore. But even that, they like to play at a higher pace, but they just don't shoot it very well, Duke. And they're not a great defensive team. So I think I would lean towards the under, but it's right where I think it should be. I was thinking, I was really thinking that Virginia Tech would win like 65-7, 70-65. So it's not that far off of that number. I think the much better, safer play is on the total or on the side here with Virginia Tech, because I just think the at home are really, really good. And we've seen it this year. 7-1 at home straight up, and just 4-4 against the spread. But a lot of those because they were laying some pretty big numbers early in the season.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our college hoops talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Craig Trapp. As always, Craig, thanks for joining us.